Good morning. I'm Matthew Harrison, and I'm here at Emmanuel Bible College interviewing the head of the Social Concerns Committee, Matthew Winger. Good morning, Mr. Winger.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you.
The reason that I'm here is because, as a candidate in Canada's next great Prime Minister, I would be interested in knowing what people in my community are currently involved in doing for their social concerns. Now, Mr. Winger here takes his time, he volunteers his time to head a committee, and we will be exploring what is important to this committee, as they have already invested a lot of themselves into the community and into bettering the community. So, if you just want to tell us what the committee is focused on doing this year, and what some of the activities you guys have been passionate about are.
This semester is my first semester with the committee, and it's taken a more of a global focus on the idea of social justice. The most part of the semester has been focused around Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes that are pretty familiar with people, and so we got the students to do that, and then we went down to the warehouse to actually help pack and sort the shoeboxes so that they could be delivered. And towards the end of the semester, we also decided to take more of a local approach with things, which is kind of the direction that I'd like to head next semester with the committee. But we went downtown in Kitchener to work with more of a poverty and homeless community by volunteering for a couple hours at the Oasis drop-in shelter on King Street.
And in the local work that you did with the Oasis drop-in shelter, what were some of the things that you noticed about the needs that maybe Kitchener has downtown?
It's tough to say. Just from being there one time, I didn't really get to interact with a lot of people, but I don't know, I noticed that there's a lot of poverty amongst the people, and there was a lot of people who did filter through that, which is typical, I guess, in a larger city. But a lot of poverty, a lot of violence that will come with, I guess, the crossing other people's turfs, or whatever, however you would want to say it. And there's also like alcohol and drugs that do surround that group of people as well.
And what sort of commitment will the Social Concerns Committee have to Oasis in the next semester?
I think as a committee, it was very, I don't want to say valuable for us. I mean, it was a very valuable experience, but it was also very eye-opening for us as people who might not be in the poverty level, to actually get into that community, if you will, and really just experience it, and just come down to their level, I guess, and just spend quality time with them and really see where they're at and where they're coming from. And I'd like to do that more frequently next semester.
And for me, as a political candidate, how do you feel that I could benefit from being involved in local social concerns?
Well, just being involved with things locally is huge, right? Like, supporting where you come from is so much more important, I think, than supporting big name things that are coming from great distances, because these are just the local guys, your neighbors and friends and families, and there's going to be bigger names that are coming in and that could easily put them out of business. But I think it's just very important to really know what's going on and to be aware of the surroundings in your community, to know economic statuses of neighborhoods, to know poverty levels, to actually, it's one thing to know it though, but it's another thing to actually get in there and actually experience and have hands-on stuff to really truly understand what those people are actually going through.
And what sort of commitment will the Social Concerns Committee here have internationally next semester?
Right now we're in the works of trying to get together with this organization called Tom's Shoes, and with them, when you buy a pair of their shoes, they will donate a second pair of shoes to a child in a third world developing country who doesn't have shoes, so that it's their kind of idea is just to provide shoes for the whole world. So we're gonna go with that as one of our main things for next semester, and with that it kind of comes as a more of a community focus too, to get together with more people and just kind of create our own shoes and have a time of fellowship. And another thing that we're working on getting is with this organization called Invisible Children, and they're an organization that works towards ending the war in Uganda, I believe, but they have a documentary film, and they're putting together their spring and winter tour dates for 2009 right now, so we're trying to get them to come up way here to Kitchener at EBC and show their film to the students and to the community. Hopefully it'll be an open night for everyone.
What made you want to get involved with Tom's Shoes?
I'd actually never heard about them before. Someone on my committee brought them to me, and it sounded like a very, very cool idea to encompass not just the community, or sorry, not just to do something good, but also to be able to bring people together in a group as a community essentially, and to really just raise awareness amongst each other, I believe, and really have a good time doing that with one another, but also have the reward knowing that, you know, say if 10 people come together, then we're providing 10 shoes for people in a third world country. So it has a local aspect with bringing together the community and people and just raising the awareness, but the awareness then stretches to the global concept of it.
The reason it was so important for me to come and interview Mr. Winger today is the fact that this committee and the people that are involved with it and the people that lead it take their own time out of their own passion to explore different areas of focus and different initiatives that they feel would improve the lives of people in their community and people internationally. And that leads me to my next question. Politically, how do you feel Canada could benefit from some of the initiatives and areas of focus that your community is centered on? How could Canada as a whole country, as opposed to a small social concerns committee that is passionate about this and decides to pursue this, what happens if you had the backing of the entire country? Or
so one of the things that I really respect in one of our influential people in society was from Gandhi, and he said that you have to be the change that you wish to see in this world. And so with that, I try to look at it as being a change that I need to establish inside of me first, and really become aware of my surroundings and what is really going on, and how I personally have an impact on things and how I can change things, and you know what I can do being 21-year-old university college student, right? And then with that, I would begin to take actions, and then it just has you hope that it has the continued ripple effect into other people, like dropping a rock in a pond or something. And so I think if politically, with the government, I guess, if we could have something like that, I mean, the Prime Minister could lead something like that, but there's the governments and in each city, I guess, that could really instill, I think, that idea of trying to help change how we live as humans, and just having that to have the ripple effect into our society today.
Well, as a candidate in Canada's next great Prime Minister, what I've taken away from this is that if I want to be an effective political leader, then I must be the change in myself that I wish to see in the rest of the country. And so I have to live out my beliefs in a way that is not hypocritical and stand by what I respect most and what I'm passionate about. Thank you very much, Mr. Winger.
Thank you.